I'm Nate the Orangutan Simmons, and welcome back to episode 2 of Majestic Meals. Now, before we get this kicked off here, we wanted to address something that our agent brought to our attention, and that's just some feedback from you guys that we were just using a little bit too much alcohol and kind of depending on it a little bit too much, and we really just didn't want it to become a staple. But thanks to our sponsor who would like to remain unanimous, we've just decided So let's get started. So today we're going to be making some deep fried bacon wrap cheesy fried pickles. As you can see by our little shred here, we've got kosher dill whole jumbo from Food Club. We've got Crystal Farms Wisconsin pepper jack sticks. Hormel? Did we decide this last time?
Hormel pepperoni. Good for pizza. Hormel.
Good for pizza. And instead of a typical panko crust, we're going to be using Dot's Homestyle Pretzels pretzel crumble. Culinary crisp for your favorite recipe. And this is a Pride of Dakota item. So we'll be using that today. Those are going to be our main ingredients. We also have Planters cheese balls because why not? So let's dive in here. So we're going to start off by cooking our bacon because we want to make sure that that's ready to go by the time that our pickles are ready to be fried deeply. So you just want to open the package up. Before you do any of that, you're going to want to turn this baby on. I always turn it on to high because I think it heats up quicker. I'm not sure if there's any science behind that, but until somebody proves me wrong, that's what I'm going to keep doing. So once this warms up, we'll come back. So while we're warming up our frying pan over there, we're going to cut open our kosher jumbo dill whole pickles. Oh my God. Come on, dude. Come on. Yes. In the Navy, when we like a glove. So you just pop it off like that. And then you grab your first pickle. It's okay to use your hands because you're the only one touching these bad boys. Oh my God. That is a pickle right there. So now what you're going to want to do is, to get the cheese inside, you need to take the ends off and hollow out the middle. So we're going to need a knife. Thank you. And you don't want to cut too much off, but you want to get enough to where you get to the hollow part in the pickle. So you just, little chop there. Little chop there. And then typically you would want to use a knife, but you just kind of want to get all up in there.
Can I get on this side? Let me help you out.
Yeah,
you get that side.
You get both sides, and then it's like a Chinese finger trap.
There you go.
And then you just keep pushing, and then you've cut your pickle in half, and you're going to have to start all over again.
Yeah.
So back over to our bacon. This thing started smoking about 3 minutes ago, so I turned it down to about a 6, which is right around like the medium, high medium area. So now we're going to take three slices, and these are some big girthy boys. This is like this reminds me of high school. There's just so much meat there. You want to separate it and then just put it in your pan. And a lot of sizzle is good. That means that it's oh, there's that shrinkage again, going back to high school. And then you just throw it, your 4 slices in there, the 4 that we started with, and then you let her cook. So back to the bacon at hand, and this is really kind of shrank up. This is really hot. This is not going to wrap our pickle at all. But we're going to use it anyway because we just really don't care. Now, you don't want to cook this too much because it's going to cook again in the fryer. So we're actually going to call this good, move it off the heat, and then we'll come back to that once we get our pickle stuffed, like I did in high school. Alright, so back to this pickle here. We're going to stuff this with our Wisconsin pepper jack stick from Crystal Farms. And you just want to break one of those out of there, and you're going to tear it off. And just kind of, it's not going to want to go, but you're going to make it go in. Kind of like that Colombian I hung out with in Colombia. He was tender. You just get it all the way in there, and you get that goop out, and you give it a good slap. And there you go. Now we're going to wrap it up. Alright, so now that we've got our pickle is stuffed, our bacon is here, we are going to start wrapping this bad boy up. Now you're going to want to kind of try to spiral it around, and the trick here is to use toothpicks. We unfortunately have a lack of ambiguous sponsors, so we only have 3, so we're going to have to kind of try to double these up a little bit as best as we can. So I don't know if you can see this here, but you're just kind of trying to get this to just wrap around, and you don't want that to happen. You never want your bacon to break. You just keep sticking as much as you. Oh God, no, Jerry, this is a mess. So as you can see here, we've got our bacon is stuck to our pickle. And it is stuffed with our cheese, and we are having ourselves a little luau. So the next thing we're going to do is actually wash this in an egg, and I'm not sure how that's worse. That's what we're going to find out. Alright, so we've got our egg wash here, which consists of 1 whole egg and 1 tablespoon of water. You just want to mix that around until it's nice and mixed around. So then we'll just set that down here. I would just like to recognize Granny D's old-fashioned cackleberries, pickled eggs. Without these, then we couldn't have this. So thank you, Granny D's. And like I said before, we're going to be using Dot's Homestyle Pretzels pretzel crumble for our panko. So we'll just be pouring this in here, nice and loosey-goosey like. And you want to get it nice and flat with the table. So now we'll just be taking our bacon wrapped monstrosity pickle stuffed cheese, and you're going to want to coat it in that egg wash. This is a lot more difficult than I ever expected. This is not fun at all. So don't try this at home, because this is. Actually, do try this at home, because that's why we're here. So once you get it nice and washed in your Granny D eggs, you're going to want to put the bacon back on the poker, because it fell off. Because pokers are not that good. And then you're going to just kind of slap it in your dots, and just try to get as much on there as you possibly can. Just slap. And now once that's done, here you go. here's your bacon wrapped egg pickle. You're gonna put it in your basket, which we're using peanut oil, so I hope you're not allergic. And then you're just gonna drop that in there until it's done. So while we wait for our deep fried pickle to fry deeply a little bit, and you might notice that it's not in the frame right now, well, that's because we already cooked and ate the darn thing, and so now the fry is sitting off to the side. But once that's done cooking, then we'll come back to it. So right now we're going to invite our house mixologist, Mr. Bacardi, into the frame, and where did he go?
Oh yeah! You ready to get going?
So what are we going to be making today, Cardi?
Today we are going to be making Cardi's Blue Beauty.
Cardi's Blue Beauty.
Yes.
So what's that all about?
Well, I'll have to show you. It's kind of a secret recipe, but
Secret recipe.
you know, I'm gonna tell everybody today.
Okay.
So
it's
what
not,
you need
not
is-
so secret of a secret recipe, or is this the secrets of recipes finally revealed?
I mean, I'd like it to remain Aquafinus, but for the record, I'm going on record too. Alrighty, so can you guess what we're gonna use first?
First guess off the top of my head would be tea.
Surprisingly not, there's no tea in this.
No tea. no tea
no tea
at
at
all.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it's not butter.
Ripley's. Anyway, we'll start off with, we'll go with some triple sec.
Triple sec. Okay.
Yes.
So how many secs are we going to triple sec in the?
I think at least, you know, the amount of sec that you need,
Okay.
think of it. How much do you think it is?
Well,
how much sec?
I'd say at least one, but then you got to triple it, right?
Exactly, you gotta triple the sec.
Okay. So how much triple sec are we going to use?
About a shot. We'll go about a shot. Seems about a shot.
About a shot.
That'll work.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen. Okay.
So, next up,
Next up.
let's go with some Smirnoff rum. This
Now-
is from our last episode.
You might recognize this from episode 1 where we made drink here.
Yeah, that drink there.
Yeah.
Want a drink here? No, you can't have
You
it
can't
anymore.
drink here because
That's
drink
all gone
there
last
and
week.
drink there is now
Over
out.
there.
Yeah.
So, now we're going to add about the same amount of Smirnoff citrus vodka to it.
Now, when you say the same amount, because you just used the rest of the bottle of triple sec, so you don't mean you're going to use the same amount in the sense that the rest of this bottle of Schminoff is going in there, but about the same amount of volume as what was in that bottle.
No, because I have a liver and my liver tends to cut me off.
Okay, so your liver is doing the thinking.
Yeah, and then after that, you know what? Some people would think that's enough alcohol, but for this, we always need more. Next up, we'll do a little lemon rum, you know, to go along with the citrus flavor, and everybody likes a little, you know, lemon tea. So we'll add, you know, about the same amount of liquid of this into that.
So,
Okay, let's keep her going. What do you think about that?
yikes.
Yes, it is.
Nice. So I've noticed that we've used triple sec, which is a citrus-based drink.
Let's see. I never actually looked at it.
It's
Yep, there
oranges.
are oranges.
It's oranges.
Yes.
We've used Schminoff citrus,
Well, if you look at that, there's lemons.
and we're using lemon Ron Diaz.
Yes, Ronnie D, the lemon
Rum.
rummy special.
So is this a
E
lemon
special.
Is this just a lemon, like a lemon drop type of deal, or
No, much more.
much more than a lemon drop? That
So?
just looks uncontrollable. That looked like I did in middle school.
Ugly,
Wet.
nice and wet.
Yeah.
You know, from our last video when we were making that pizza together, I
Yeah.
was helping you on that.
Yeah.
I did
make sure you
see-
check out episode 1, by the way. It's much better than what this is going to turn out to be.
Yes, I did see. You know, somebody tried to reenact it, and she did not do very well. But I
Did
tell
you
you,
really?
she had some good, you know, film presence. So I think we should invite her on sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, I think her name was Anne or something. Okay, so next up we're gonna do our non-alcoholic ingredients because we already
Okay.
put as much in that as we can. You want to put about, you know, a shot or two of this in there.
Shot or two.
Not too much, just enough to get a little more lemon because we don't even have enough lemon, I guess, yet.
Yeah, because we are now used, except for the gin, pure citrus-based liquid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's,
Okay.
so now we gotta go to the fridge to get the better stuff.
Okay.
You know, the ending result.
The end result.
So we'll
The
start with a little of the.
end result.
Okay, yeah, we just gotta grab a few of these cold ingredients in here.
The cold ones?
Yeah, the cold ones.
Couple
Couple cold
That's
ones.
at least a few.
Liquid ice. Have you ever heard of liquid ice?
Liquid ice. No, I've heard of it, but it was always kind of an anonymous to me.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Vanilla Ice kind of invented it. Did you know that? He even wrote a song. Ice, song.
Vanilla ice. Vanilla ice.
Yeah.
That,
I don't think there's any.
so
vanilla
was it liquid vanilla that they used in that vanilla ice?
It might have been. To pour.
Liquid vanilla extract.
Anyway, you're gonna need about one of these per serving. I feel like we got at least 3 servings in there, huh?
At least
Just
there's
heaping
at
them
least
out?
one. Just
Would you like to help pour?
yeah, I can pour one of them.
Ready?
Oh, I can't pour one of them. I spilled everywhere.
3 might be too many, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Because now it's blue, and it
Yes.
looks like a tea. It
Exactly.
doesn't look like a tea.
Not really. It looks like Gatorade. I feel like
Do you know that that was made for Gators, and that's why they call it a Gatorade?
the Florida Gators football team.
Yeah.
So you just need a
Just a couple
splashes of Sprite. I feel
splashes of Sprite.
like we need to top it off with like more vodka maybe,
Okay.
because it's not
More
quite up to
vodka,
where we
because-
want it.
We need more lemon. Okay.
Just a little bit, and then maybe some rum. Do you like rum?
I don't.
See, it's kind of an eyeball game at this point, you know. Just like when you're on a beach, a nudist beach or something, you gotta watch your eyes.
What else? What else do you watch in this beach?
I don't know, the river.
Okay. So now that we've got this tea, which still has no tea in it.
Correct. Yeah, there's no tea at all.
No tea.
Yeah, Ripley's.
No tea in this blue tea. But it is blue now. So what's left to put into this concoction here?
Well, no, I like to get a little healthy and
Oh,
put some
okay.
fruit in there.
Fruit, okay.
Some fruit. So,
Okay, so what kind of fruit do you typically like to use?
typically lemons, I think.
Lemons. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
so-
do we have any lemons?
We got 2 right here, and maybe you'd like to cut them up for me.
I
I
would
have
love
a
to cut your lemons.
I'd like a little help.
So I'm just gonna cut. You want me to cut both of them up?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That'd be
all right,
awesome.
So we'll cut both of them up here. I'll get the lemon on the chopping block and just look at my eyes. Now look at my eyes.
Holy, you're doing that with no. That's a great job you did there.
Yeah, you know,
Fast and easy.
I'm a chopping expert, you know, from my days of karate.
You got a little Asian in ya?
Well, you're just from the waist down.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get going.
Okay.
So, what we want to do is throw these right in there.
Right on top, just like that.
Let them soak.
Yeah, let
Let
them
them
soak
soak
up.
good. And we want to
Okay.
put a couple onto the side, you know, for little garnishes.
garnishes.
Little garnishes on our drink, you know.
Okay.
And there you go.
And,
And now you want to put it in the fridge and let it cool down until we're ready.
okay, sounds good. We'll be back in just a few.
Okay, so now after we let it cool down, it should be ready to drink.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just.
Would you like to go get some cups for us?
Sure, I'll go grab a couple of them.
I'll grab the
couple
grab
of
right out
cups.
the fridge. Ooh, looks like we might have left it in here a little too long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What
it
is
looks like ice started to form right on top. We weren't.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's okay though. I mean, we can always
well,
break
we'll just break it up and get to the liquid on the bottom.
break through. Yeah.
Okay, so spoon it. 'Cause, you know, alcohol settles after a while.
Yeah. You get that
Ooh.
mixed around in there. Oh, okay. That's
We can just throw it back in because we
Add some
keep it
spillage.
clean here.
Yeah.
Because we know how bad it is.
yeah.
Little Jerkins.
Okay.
You know, that's Perkins without the P. Okay, so now after we stir it from letting it sit for a while, we're gonna need a plate.
Okay.
You got one for me? Oh, there's one.
There's
Perfect.
one right there.
So now we're gonna get some sugar,
Sugar.
which I see you got an abundance of.
Oh,
Like
honey.
almost too much for the average person.
Yeah. That's just a lot of sugar.
Here it is. As you can see, he's a hoarder. Put a little sugar on your plate here. Just
So
enough.
here, then I'll get the part out.
No, that's not this that's not this sugar. No. That's the wrong stuff. I'll just go like that. That'll work. That's the wrong. Hey, oh, ugly stuff. That's your Colombian days coming back to you, isn't it?
That's it. That's those thick
No.
Colombian days. God, he was tender. So now we sugar the rims.
Exactly.
Is that the plan?
So yeah.
Okay.
So let me just put it in there, and
Well, I think you might need to wet the rim.
yeah, we did. That'll work. It'll work right here. See? I mean, you're already putting it in, right? You're already putting that in. So
Yeah.
well, that might be a little too much sugar for somebody who lives alone, but we'll go with it.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Look at there. See, next I like to put a little lemon on there, make it look
Okay. So you start with you rim, and then you put the lemon on.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's like a rimmed lemon party, a lemon rimming party.
No, pour up.
And pour up. No, not too fast there. Don't want too much ice.
Viola. That took a little longer than expected, but
Yeah.
that's what it takes with me.
That's what it takes. And that's a lot quicker.
Well, there's less ice.
It's less ice. You see, that's
The
the
trick
secret,
is
people.
to not get much ice in there, so you get more of the beverage.
So that you have more sugar than
And there
one
it is.
person who lives alone.
Cardi's Blue Beauties.
All right, so we're going to try these Bacardi Blue Beauties here.
Yeah, we got 2 of them. Let's clink. Ohio.
There is no tea at all. No tea at all.
Trying to tell him.
Yeah.
It's good.
By the way, who's Viola? Let's get back to that deep fried pickle. It should be done frying by now, so let's have at her.
There we go. Let's get it.
All right, so now that it's been about a couple, we'll just toss that over there, pull this baby out of its frying bath, and we're gonna grab some tongs over in our handy tong drawer. So then we'll just going in for the kill here. Just pull that out, set it down there. Now, I don't know about you, but this looks like a bacon deep wrapped fried pickle to me. So let's dig in. So now that we've got our final product here, well, almost final, we're actually going to splash on a little bit of our secret sauce from our arbitrary sponsor here, Jack's Sauce, another Pride of Dakota item. I've never ever had this before in my life. But that's what this show is all about. You know, it's all about trying new things and waking up in Colombia and you can't feel your legs. So we're just going to kind of, you know, it's all about plating. Everything's about plating. It's all about, you know, anonymous plating. So we're just going to kind of, this is a lot, not even close to the consistency that I wanted it to be. This isn't. Alright, so now that we've got this plated the way that we want it to, we're going to go ahead and dive in here. And you're just going to kind of poke at it until you find a nice little tender spot there. And then just kind of and then you want to make sure that you get a little bit of everything when you go in for your first bite. So we'll grab some egg down here, some bacon. We won't grab any bacon, and we'll grab our pickle, and we'll pull our little popsicle sticks out, and we'll just throw some bacon on top like a little hat. That's interesting. All right, well, thanks for tuning in for episode 2 of Majestic Meals. As always, keep up to date with what we're putting out these days, and we'll see you next time. Keeping it real.